smell that like Lowe's or Home Depot has naturally when you walk into it. That's what this smells like. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a video that I am honestly extremely excited to share with you all. Even though I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it's definitely not that unique or interesting of a video. But for those of you who have been here for a little bit, you will probably be aware of the fact that I went sort of cold turkey from makeup after being like full on, full glam 2016 drag makeup. And after doing that and sort of learning more about myself, being more open about my gender, my non-binary, my dysmorphia, I have started to wear makeup again, and it has been a great source of inspiration and self-expression and finding that happy medium between a artistic outlet and having to look, again, RuPaul Drag Race all up in this business every day. I'm at a point where I do enjoy wearing makeup, and I've worn makeup different times going out, but I also feel very much fine if I've just got my stinking eyebrows on and I go out and about. And part of that is the commitment that I have to my skincare routine. So we have some makeup as well as some skincare hits and misses and favorites. But because I had so many things that had been bringing me makeup joy, I wanted to do this in its own video rather than doing just a collective hits and misses, which there will be one of those before this. But I love hearing myself talk, so let's just get into the makeup and skincare products that have just been blessing my existence, and just a few that definitely aren't as high up there. But let's start with complexion, with my skincare. I am in a committed relationship with my skincare, and I feel like we are at a very good point. I'm really grooving with my skincare routine. I really like what it's doing to my complexion, for my complexion. And one of the newer products, I just finished up my Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum, which is one of my absolute favorite holy grails. I picked up this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Triple Bounce Serum with 1.7% multi-weight hyaluronic acid. This is an absolutely phenomenal serum. This has now reached the point of being another one of my holy grail ones, which is nice because I think the Fourth Ray Beauty, which was ColourPop's skincare line, their hyaluronic acid waterfall serum is gone. So this one coming in to take its place. It is just, I have normal to dry skin. My dryness is especially up in my temple area, around my eyes. And this just sorts of wonderful things. It makes my face plump and hydrated and feel good. A little bit of this goes a very long way. Doesn't feel heavy on the skin, just feels light and hydrating, and definitely one that I would recommend even for people with, I would say, sensitive skin. It doesn't smell like diddly squat, so that's always a plus when it comes to skincare. As much as it doesn't matter, I appreciate the packaging. I think it's very aesthetic and nice. It's glass, so I can recycle that shit, but it definitely does what it claims that it does, and this is now a top. I think it was probably like $12, and e.l.f. has a lot of their Holy Hydration moisturizer, which I'm currently working on, is now a holy grail daytime moisturizer for me. It's just so good. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying more e.l.f. skincare products. Y'all know I love that toner that they discontinued, but for right now, absolutely love this. Would definitely highly recommend. Then a skincare item that I'm not entirely sure if it's even doing anything. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Clinical Skincare Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Hydrating Toner Mist. Now, in my skincare routine, I tone at night, but I thought I would add a little bit of something that's like a little bit of toning and a little bit of hydration, but not like just full on toner. It is fragrance free, which is nice. And I just, after I do my cleansing, I just spritz this all along, kind of pat it into my skin, let it sit, and then we'll go on with serum and all the rest of my routine. And it's just something that I'm not entirely sure if it's doing anything. Like that serum, after I started using it, it was like boom, wham, ba-cha. Awesome. Whereas this I've been using, and like, it adds some hydration. Maybe it tones. I'm not entirely sure. This is a routine step in my morning routine that I'm typically not doing. So I've been using this for at least a month now. Gone through quite a fair amount of it, but I just can't really say. I mean, if it doesn't do anything, I guess it's not good and not bad. I mean, if it doesn't do anything, then that for me is not good, because what's the point in paying money for something that's not going to do anything to you? I just haven't seen any sort of shift or change, either negative or positive, with my skincare since adding this in. So I'll probably use it until I use it up, because I get all kinds of... It does it for me when I use up a whole skincare product, and then I can open something fresh and new. So just gonna use this until it's done. My face hasn't fallen off. It adds hydration, but I think in the long run, it's not something that I would ever invest my money in again. Then last skincare product is, this was a complete wild card because I've been using one eye cream and I'm not very familiar with eye products. That's a recent thing that I've started getting into, and I have the one and I use it when I do my skincare routine, and I wanted something to just a little extra something up in here, because like I said, this is where I get dryness, very dull. And this is the ITK Soothing Under Eye Stick. Now for me to use this, I just... and this is really nice. It says it illuminates and hydrates. I use this before I do my makeup, because I typically don't do my makeup right after I wash my face. But it'll be time for me to do my makeup, and I'll just... and it adds just a touch of illumination, a touch of hydration. It's very smooth, it's very soft, it's very blurring. This is something I was just like, brightening under eye. I want a little something extra on my 34-year-old eyeballs. I think this was probably 12 or 13 at Walmart, though I haven't seen it at every single Walmart. This, again, just kind of like a shot in the dark, has been something that I greatly appreciate. I actually kind of used it on other parts of my face to just kind of add a little smoothing, a little hydration, a little shine. And so this is something that I've definitely been enjoying using. It's just had a very utilitarian purpose in my routine. It's not something that I do my skincare routine, but I pop it in my purse, and it's just, again, a nice, lovely touch up. Now we're going to be getting into the makeup, and we're going to start with, I've obviously been using blush, and I want to start with an OG that is still an OG to me to this day, are the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo Matte Plush Shimmer. I did a review of these way back in the day. If I can even think to remember it, I will link it down from my previous channel down below. But very specifically, I love the Soft Peach, and I love, surprisingly, the Pink Dahlia. I've actually really been enjoying pinks. A wide variety of different shades of pink, different tones, but I think they have been really complementing my features. It has been interesting trying makeup on a bare face versus having the foundation on and literally building off of that, and learning how to use these again on my bare skin. These look beautiful. I've done just the matte. I've done the matte and the shimmer. I've done the shimmer over another blush. These were such an amazing product when they released, and I have loved them for a multitude of years at this point. And it is, I think, really nice to be able to go back in and find things that bring you just as much makeup joy when you were doing the full beat to how you're doing now. I have reached for the Soft Peach multiple times. I wanted to highlight these two shades in particular. I have been using basically all of them, but these two are definitely the most pulled out of the color range. I remember when I was doing my declutter, someone commented below that these were still some of their favorite blushes. I would love to know, are these even still available? I am not in the contemporary beauty sphere, and I'm not planning on getting back into the beauty sphere. Another favorite blush that coming out of the vaults. I know for a fact they don't make these because they don't make this version because they rebooted it and now it's been I don't know how many years since then. So these are definitely an obsolete product. But these are the Too Faced Love Flush blushes. Just been enjoying these. I really like the formula. I like the colors. These one especially have been ones that I've used that one many times. This one here is such an amazing, like, peachy coral going on, like right here, with a fair amount of shimmer. I like me something with a little shimmy, a little shine. I'm not really, especially on my bare skin, one for completely matte. So even if I'm using a matte blush, I will typically go over with a shimmery one in the similar shade, or I'll take a highlighter in a coordinating shade and sweep it up there on my non-existent cheekbones. But again, in pulling out of my collection what I have left after doing my massive declutters, these have really been these ones, the Cover Effects. There are a couple other brands of their blushes have just really stood out to me. And getting back into it, these are just absolutely fantastic. Soft, sweet, love the color, love the application, love the finish on my non-foundationified skin. Then if we're talking about blush, we might as well talk about blush. These are a very, not very, but a new to me product. I should actually probably talk about this one first. This is the Ulta Beauty Collection Twist Tint. I included this in my skincare and makeup recommendations, suggestions for your makeup, skincare, TikTok obsessed nieces, nephews, sons, daughters, in-betweens. Because this is just they call it a jelly twist tint, and it's pH activated. Really love this. This is fantastic when I don't want to do anything. These are definitely going to be products that I use in the summertime because they're just so freakishly easy to apply. They don't really add anything onto the skin other than a really pretty rosy tint. So they don't look heavy. They don't look cakey. They don't look like you're wearing an excessive amount of product or a product that's really going to show texture on your skin. And then these, the Milk Makeup Cooling Water Jelly Gel Tint. Now this definitely is much more of a tint. It is going to leave not pH balanced. I mean, I'm sure that has something to do with this, but it is definitely more than the pH balance. It actually builds up color right there. I will say with these, there is a bit of a learning curve. I tried applying them to my face after it had been several hours since I had washed my face, because sometimes I do my makeup at work, and I just kind of went dab, 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 and the product went, all right, I'm gonna stay like this where you dabbed, just period. I tried dealing with it with a brush. That wasn't a whole thing. I went on to Sephora, and I probably should have read the reviews first, but I'm a moron. Very little impulse control. And people recommended using a sponge with it. I dampened up my Real Technique sponge and dab, 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 dab. Beautiful, gorgeous. Just, you can build it up to be a bit more crazy. It can also be very nice and sheer and more natural. Now, I got these two because they were a bit more orangey. I love the pink, but when you go into like the pH balance of everything, it just makes everything pink. And if there's something I like in a blush, is it's a nice orangey color. Again, very light, very watercolor-esque. They have a whole bunch of other colors that I would love to try, but these are like $26. I got mine on sale, and so I don't know how likely I am going to be purchasing multitudes of these, because they are a product that I feel, you know, if you don't use it, it's going to dry down and die. But for the two that I have, I just really enjoy these. They look great on the skin. Like I said, I would definitely recommend that damp beauty blender. Do it as close to after you've like done your skincare, or like apply some moisturizer. It does best when it's got moisture and hydration to really cling to and blend out in. But even with that user whatever, I think they're just so stinking beautiful, and I've seriously been enjoying these a lot. We've had a lot of love, so let's talk about two things that just completely, entirely missed the mark for me. This one is from Wet n Wild, and this one is from e.l.f. This is the Wet n Wild Rose Comforting lip color. I got it because it's this nice kind of 90s brown. I've been really loving that. It does, I hate this twisting, and then you can't twist it down, but I put it on my lips. It is an extremely thick and greasy formula. It is not one that feels nice on the lips. It is not one that dries down or finishes to anything other than like the worst sort of off-brand Vaseline you've ever had on your lips. I'm extremely glad I only got this color because, like I said, I have a tendency to be like, if I'm going to try something, I need to try it in 50 billion colors. Whereas now I'm like, if I'm going to try it, it's going to be in one color. And this formula just, it does it smells awful, smells like paint, or just the smell that like Lowe's or Home Depot has naturally when you walk into it. That's what this smells like. I hate the fact that you can't twist it back down. It's just been a whole, I used it a couple times. I really tried, and it just, not good. Another not good is this e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel. I love the ABH one, but the ABH one is like $24. So I got this one in, God only knows the color. I believe it is too light for me, but even if it was like my actual, I thought of like going back and being like, oh, just get my natural color. And I'm like, If you hate the formula in this color, regardless of it matching you, you're going to hate the formula in the color that works for you. This just, it's dry, it's patchy, it doesn't have any filling. Like I've said, I've got trichotillomania, so I gotta fill in the lines a little bit more. And it just did absolutely nothing. I had to just makeup remover wipe the product out of my eyebrows and go with what I normally use. I mean, thank God this thing was only like $4, but it was just anything I expected it to do for my brows in any sort of way. It just absolutely failed on every single front. Quickly, two more favorites, and then I've got to wrap it up. I don't know if it's gone up yet, but y'all would have seen me haul this sort of Selfish Fenty, gloss bomb sticks. I bit the bullet and I got two more after that, after being like, I only need one. I was like, you can have two more. They were doing a sale. I was like, all right. And these are my absolute favorite, most ever lip product on the market right now. There are a couple other drugstore ones that I've been working on and trying that are really, really good as well, that you probably see in future beauty hits and misses. But for now, these are just absolutely stunning. They leave this, it's just, it looks okay. It looks a little crazy there, but it's just this amazing soft wash of color that's pigmented, but not pigmented to the point that you're like, I am wearing a crazy thick opaque lipstick. These feel so stinking good on the lips. They're smooth. I adore the color range. For as little as it's worth, I really enjoy the packaging, although when I pulled them out, obviously they were all smooth and soft and everything, and I'm like, and now they've got scratch to high heaven, but you know, we knew that was gonna happen. This one is in Riri, this one is sort of Selfish, and this one is Spiced Cold. If you like a nourishing, hydrating lip product that actually gives you color, but without committing to a whole straightforward lipstick, it's like a Your Lips, but better with some interesting colors. They have a lot of neutrals. There are a couple other ones that I'm looking at. I mean, if I had my way, I would have the whole line except for the red, because I just don't do red lipstick regardless of formula, but I've been so excited to talk about these. I use one of these probably at least twice a week, potentially 3 times a week at work, because they just wear so well. They look fantastic on your lips. They don't accentuate or enhance anything that you don't want to. Nourishing, don't feel sticky, don't feel gnarly, kind of like just a balm. It's, you know, like a glossy balm, but it's a lipstick. I just absolutely stinking love these. They are just everything that I need right now in a lipstick that's just there. Not overimposing, not overshadowing the beauty of my skincare routine. Just the perfect amount of color, a great amount of hydration, and the packaging looks good, and they have a wide variety of colors. Absolutely love these. Then last but not least, sort of a wild card in my highlighter declutter. Y'all actually would have seen me declutter this. This is the Becca Pearl Glow, and I was finally getting some of my makeup out and about, cutting the umbilical cord. I actually posted in the shopping addiction subreddit and was like, how do you get over the waste and the damage you've done to the planet in your over excessive consuming? And I got a lot of positive feedback off of that. And while I was going through everything, I took this and I was like, ooh, so pretty. It's what I'm wearing over a Kylie Jenner blush right now. Absolutely love this. This is a beautiful, soft, diffused, not crazy highlighter. While going through my highlighters and using makeup more, I realize a lot of them are like heckin' crazy pigmented, super streaky, shiny on my face. And I've been really enjoying the more subtle glow, excuse me, that pearlescent feel like this gives. I've been really enjoying the Hourglass ones from Nabla, though those ones can get a lot more high intense on the cheeks, but this is just absolutely perfect. It's pretty. I've used it with a wide variety of pink blushes, and even I think I used this one with a peachy blush as well, and it just worked really good. This is truly bringing a blast from the past. I couldn't even tell you how old this is. Becca doesn't even exist anymore, does it? I'm not entirely sure, but at least for me in my house right now, I am really loving the Pearl Glow Luster Glow Powder. And that wraps it up for beauty and skincare hits and misses. Was really excited to bring this one in when I started having products, and I was like, ooh, I want to talk about that. Ooh, I've really been liking that. Ooh, this is really good. It again helped me get, you know, interested and enthused with makeup again, and just being excited to show things that I'm loving, that I'm recommending, while using things that I have in my collection and trying very hard not to buy more things, especially in terms of like eyeshadow. I love how I say that after I'm like, and I bought this lipstick and I bought these blushes, but keeping it from turning it into my entire personality where I have to have every single blush shade, every single highlighter shade, regardless of whether it'll work for me, regardless of if it's a brand that I know and love. I have to have it all. I, in fact, do not have to have it all. And moving forward, I'm looking forward to showcasing even more products. I've got some great skincare content I'm planning for 2025. I'm looking forward to the new year, and I think it's gonna be a pretty good one, at least in the YouTube stratosphere for myself. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!